Excitement swept through the crowded conference of Latin American leaders as 100 people stepped forward to commit their lives to missionary service. This movement of God was beyond expectations, to see God call His emerging church to take part in fulfilling the Great Commission. It underscored the fact that we are full partners in God's work. From the early 1900s, Wesleyan World Missions has been sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ in Latin American areas including Mexico, Central America, South America, and part of the Caribbean, where Spanish, Portuguese, French, Dutch, and English, plus a number of indigenous languages are spoken. Today, the Latin American church is characterized by faith, vision, and missionary outreach. Prior to 1995, Wesleyan World Missions had established ministry in 9 countries in Latin America. Over the years, the ministry has grown to include 8 additional countries.
It has been a real source of encouragement to us to see ministry take place and develop throughout various countries in Latin America. And that involves seeing men and women, boys and girls, won to Jesus Christ. In each country, the level of indigenous leadership plays a vital role in facilitating the growth of the church. In 8 of the newer churches, Latinos are providing full leadership.
God has blessed us here in Costa Rica with 15 churches in 5 different provinces. We are seeing not only the development of pastors, but also the development of congregations. The Lord is touching lives. The Wesleyan Church of Costa Rica is making an impact. The real key to our preaching is the message of holiness, and we believe this message must be shared with the people of our country in a variety of ways.
Throughout Latin America, there are many mountainous areas where hundreds of Wesleyans gather to worship the Lord, but there are also thousands of others who need the message of Jesus Christ. A number of the Latin American countries have rich coastlines where multitudes of people live. They derive their income from the area through tourism and agriculture, but it also provides excellent opportunities for outreach to the gospel of Jesus Christ.
The rather small countries of Guyana and Suriname in the northern part of South America are also a part of the Latin American Caribbean area. These countries have many years of Wesleyan history, but God has been visiting them in recent years with renewal and revival and a missionary outreach and challenge. It is exciting to be in Guyana during a quarterly meeting when over 1,000 Wesleyans gather together and share praise stories. And then they invite people who have come to know the Lord over the last quarter to come forward, to hear their testimonies and to see them welcomed to the family of God is a sight to behold.
As area director, I give administrative and spiritual encouragement to nearly 50 North American missionaries and 20 GoNet volunteers ministering in the area.
When Rick was assigned to be the area director, I wondered really what my job description would be. At first I was really depressed in some ways, really concerned about how I would spend my days here in Costa Rica, because all the language school students that are going to Latin America come through Costa Rica. I felt like this would be a place where I could be used of God. I remember my language school days and how our big brother and sister that was here helped us through the many lonely hours when we were missing mom and dad and brothers and sisters. And they helped our kids be their aunts and uncles and helped us over some of the cultural differences and the hurdles that we had to face in our first year of language study. So I thought, Rick is going to be their area director in the future, and so this would be a great opportunity for us to be there for them, to support them in any way we can, to help them through their sicknesses, to pray for them. God has given us a great big wonderful house in order that we might be a blessing to others as they come through Costa Rica.
Part of my role is to link people to ministry. Partnerships between Latin America and North American churches is one of the tools God has used to expand this ministry in the last 4 years. In 1995, the Pacific Southwest District began a partnership relationship with Wesleyan World Missions and a new ministry in the country of Costa Rica. God has honored in a mighty way the partnership effort, and today we have a strong growing church in Costa Rica. And in more recent times, there have also been partnership relationships between Virginia and the country of Guatemala, and God is honoring that partnership in a wonderful way. Just in recent months, the Trinity Wesleyan Church in Indianapolis, Indiana, began a partnership relationship with a group of churches in southern Chile. Reverend Carlos Martinez is a leader of 12 churches and approximately 20 preaching points in the southern part of Chile that reaches clear down to Punta Arenas, the southernmost city in the world. Also, our brothers from the Wesleyan Church in Puerto Rico began a partnership ministry in Panama, just south of Costa Rica, about 3 years ago. Currently joining with them in that partnership is the Indiana South District. Will be joining Puerto Rico in the outreach effort in establishing Wesleyan ministry in the country of Panama. It's also exciting to see that countries like Colombia, the Wesleyan Church of Colombia, is now reaching into the island of Cuba, and we have 2 established Wesleyan churches in Camagüey, which is about 10 hours from Havana, Cuba. The church in Costa Rica is also established ministry in the country just north of them, Nicaragua. And in more recent times, the District of Wisconsin has also agreed to join the efforts of Costa Rica in partnering and establishing ministry in a growing church in Nicaragua. Our brothers from the Wesleyan Church of Suriname, the small South America country of Suriname, are also now reaching out to neighboring French Guiana and establishing the Wesleyan Church in that area. And this is being done also in cooperation with a church and individual from the United States. There's also a partnership venture between the Wesleyan Church, First Wesleyan Church in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and the country of Ecuador. Becky and Johnny Pinos became a part of the Sioux Falls congregation approximately 2 years ago. Johnny is Ecuadorian. They felt on their hearts just over 1 year ago to move back to Cuenca, Ecuador, and establish ministry there. There are many testimonies throughout the Latin American area of lives totally transformed for Christ. And that's what Wesleyan World Missions is all about in Latin America.
Nuestra visión aquí se divide en 3 fases. La
We
primera
have a
fase
3-phase
es
project here. First of all, to get the basic church building built. Then we want to build a daycare for the children of the area. What you see are houses of people who are quite poor and who don't have a good place to take their children for care. So we are setting up this daycare to minister to these families. We would also like to build a Bible institute. We already have 22 students meeting for studies here.
One of the encouraging signs of the emerging church in Latin America is the interest in world outreach. They have a vision for sending Latin American missionaries to other parts of the world. In March 1999, the 4th Latin American Missions Conference met in Bogota, Colombia. 250 delegates came from various Latin American countries, and more than 1,000 people attended the evening rallies. It was exciting to see the conference go on record to establish ministry in Spanish-speaking Equatorial Guinea in West Central Africa. 100 people responded to the call to overseas missionary service.
Es un gran trabajo.
We have seen the need to develop a missionary training center here in Latin America. According to the Mission Board, this center should be placed here in Costa Rica. Another thing is that we plan to establish a mission sending agency to appoint, train, and send missionaries using the training center. Even though it will take a lot of money, we in Latin America believe we have sufficient funds. There is a lot of work to do when we asked you to pray, because we believe from Latin America we can also send missionaries to the world.
One goal for the Latin American area is to establish the Latin American Resource Center. It will be developed through utilizing computer technology to assist with training and increase communications by using online conferencing. Career missionaries Tom and Lydia Hines, who served in Honduras for many years, will be assisting in the development of the center, which will be located in San Jose, Costa Rica.
For the past few years, we have felt that Latin America is not a mission field, but a mission force.